Soft skills are kind of important. Most people agree on that. But actually investing time or money, taking part in a course, reading a book, subscribing to the channel and watching the new video each week, is it really worth it? What's in it for me? We'll take a look at that today. Welcome to the Soft Skill channel. My name is Sebastian Jung, and today I'll tell you my 3 most important reasons why soft skills are worth the effort. The first one is that soft skills enhance and complete our hard skills. To distinguish between soft skills and hard skills is a purely theoretical thing from my point of view. It is relevant for training because we usually train hard skills and soft skills separately. However, in everyday work, soft skills and hard skills constantly overlap and you always need both of them. Imagine you are in charge of a project or a department, and using your professional knowledge you created an astonishing, cunning plan. However, because you entirely lack social skills and communication skills, you are not able to convey the greatness of this plan to your team. People don't understand your plan, people don't commit to your plan, and in the end it is discarded because no one wants to use it. Or imagine you are a graphics designer and your work is just great. It's pieces of art and people love your work. However, your self-management is so poor that you never manage to reliably keep promises. You miss a deadline here, you forget to implement customer requirements there. Oh, change request? Oh, the one we talked about in the last meeting. Yeah, I forgot to write that down. Oh, where are you going? In the end, all your customers switch to the competition even though your graphic designs are so great. Or imagine you are a doctor and you pour your heart and soul into your work. You save a lot of lives over the years. However, after a couple of years, you are burned out and you have to undergo treatment yourself because all the years you never cared about work-life balance and you never took care of yourself. Now, those are rather tragic stories, obviously. Soft skills and hard skills always need to be combined to get decent results. And usually, if people are really good in one of them, they are also rather good in the other. It's rare to meet someone who only has one of them. And if it happens, the results usually aren't pleasant. When I was working in an international logistics company in a project once, I've heard a lot of stories about a very well-known superior who was active before my time, and he had a lot of professional knowledge and was respected for that, but all the stories that were told about him dealt with his low social skills, how he made people cry on various occasions, and other situations where he left a bad impression. And the bottom line of all the stories was he had high professional knowledge, but I'm glad he is gone. And of course, this is nothing you want to hear about someone in a leadership position. The second reason soft skills are worth the effort is because soft skills have their own value, carry their own value in themselves, and they benefit you and your surroundings. If we improve our hard skills, usually it's a means to an end. For example, if an accountant learns an additional type of bookkeeping, I guess he won't do this because he has a strong inner desire, but because he would like a better job, maybe better pay, maybe a promotion. And of course, that's perfectly fine and a perfectly legitimate reason to work on your hard skills. However, the advantage of soft skills is that they have their own benefits. For example, if you improve your social skills, if you learn to communicate better, solve conflicts better, things like that, then this will most likely improve your relationships. For example, the relationships to your coworkers, to your superiors, to other people you meet at work. And it might even improve the general mood and atmosphere in your surroundings at work, in your work environment. And of course, this is something you will benefit from each day. And it's pretty much the same for self-management. If you learn to better structure and manage your work, you won't lose sight of things. Work will be less stressful because you will have fewer crises and everything will be easier to deal with. And again, your workday will be more pleasant. And we hardly need to talk about work-life balance in this regard, because obviously the whole idea of work-life balance is to structure and design your life in a way that is healthy for you, that works for you, and that makes sure you can go on for several more years without burning yourself out or facing other problems. Think about jobs you had, work environments you've been in that were really pleasant for you, where you felt good, where you woke up cheerful in the morning and looked forward to another work day because it was pleasant to work there. What were the factors that made this job pleasant? Now, I think most likely it will involve soft skills. Maybe you've had a superior who had very high social skills, so it was pleasant to work with him, and he was reliable, and he didn't cause problems, didn't cause frustration. Or maybe the company had really good processes that were well thought out, so you didn't run into problems there, and the work went smoothly, and you didn't have crises there all the time. Or maybe the company cared about work-life balance, or your job didn't have a negative influence on your private life. I guess factors like that were probably involved. Sorry. The third and final reason I would like to present why soft skills are worth the effort is that soft skills are universally applicable. Let's say you switch to a different job in a different company. Now, most likely some of your hard skills, some of your professional knowledge will suddenly lose a lot of value, a lot of worth due to this shift. For example, the new company might use different software than the old company. So your knowledge about the old software has suddenly become rather useless. Maybe the new company has different processes. Maybe the tasks associated with your specific job are different in the new company. So some of your professional knowledge becomes rather useless. And of course, this is even more the case if you switch to a different area, maybe from logistics to tourism or whatever. And even more if you change your profession. Soft skills, however, are pretty much universal. At your new job, there will again be people you need to talk to, you need to interact with. There will again be work that needs to be structured and organized. And of course, your life goes on, so work-life balance is still an important topic. Furthermore, soft skills don't only apply to your work and your professional life, but they also apply to your private life just as well. Social skills, for example, are quite important in your relationship, in your dealing with your children, and in general dealing with your family. Self-management is also important for tasks that are relevant in your private life, and of course work-life balance is universal anyways. So those are the three main reasons I think soft skills are worth the effort and it pays to improve your soft skills. Soft skills enhance and complete your hard skills. Soft skills have their own immediate benefits, and soft skills are universally applicable. What are the main reasons you think soft skills are worth it? What is your motivation for dealing with the topic? Let me know in the comments. I'm looking forward to your feedback. And while you're at it, why not click the thumbs up button? I would be quite pleased. And if you didn't subscribe to the channel yet, now is a good time to do so. We'll see each other next week when we start to look into the topic of communication. I will show you the 4 sides model created by a famous German psychologist who doesn't seem to be well known in English-speaking countries, so this might be quite interesting for you. Until then, I'll take my leave. Have a nice day. See you next time.